O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and there are the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that, the two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that, gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them, they like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do, they play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden, she's the girl right here. She's a badass, that's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go, see, getting some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RDX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty. Yes, sir. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. It is a Tuesday, June 18th. Hope you all are doing well out there. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're getting ready for a beautiful encounter tonight with the Oilers, and hopefully we'll be talking about a championship tonight in our post-game show. So we're expecting a big crowd tonight. Let's go. Let's celebrate. We're going to try to we're going to stay a little longer. Might, I think maybe we start a little later tomorrow, Sean, over at Canesware. Maybe we start like at 11. What do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think about that? Because I think we're going to win and we're going to stay on, and I'm going to try to get some people on and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to work some angles. So I'm going to try to definitely do that. By the way, make sure you hit the like button as you come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this thing to a couple hundred easily today. You should be jacked for many reasons. One, we've got the Panthers getting, and we're, when I wear the camouflage cats, we're on. So this means war today. Today it ends. We got a Bitcoin dip, which right now people are, the soft hands are panicking. Those of us that are kind of been at this for years now, we're like, yo, dude, this is an opportunity. It's the kind of the way, it all depends on how you look at it. Soft hands will fold in these kind of moments because altcoins are taken. As always, listen, when Bitcoin flounders, right, and it's floundering right now at 64,813, right? And when things are at its worst, that's, usually when it's the best to buy. So it's an opportunity for those of you, if you believe in anything that you're investing in, whatever it is that has dipped, take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Not a financial advisor, obviously, never have been, never will be. Just an idiot that talks sports every day. But I do love my crypto, and I know what I'm doing. So I say take advantage. That's what I do. I say, hey, man, this is an opportunity. And that's the way I look at it. If there's an opportunity for me to lower my price in Neutron, then I'm going to do it. Or, what's it called? Shrapnel, new one that I'm in. This is just me, by the way, not anybody else. I'm not telling you what to do or anything like that. ATH, which is Aether, right? It came in and peaked at 9, almost 10 cents, and now it's been in the 6-cent area. That's where I got in. So, and if you want the spelling of it, is AETHIR. I told you about this about 2 months ago. It hadn't been released yet. Now it has been released. It is one of the few things in the green today at 265. So it's at 2.5% up. But at 2.5% up right now, it's at 6.5 cents. Okay. So just to kind of throw out there, that's a new one. It's only a $247 million market cap. Very small market cap. A micro cap, as we say. So there you go. Micro cap is under a million, right? I think it is. Then what is it? Medium cap is between 1 and 10, right? And then over 10 billion, it becomes a major cap, right? Something like that. I don't know. It's something like that. I think it's something like that. Anyway, so there you go. So you got that. Now you know what's going. Now Belle Biv DeVoe, now you know. Okay, so that's another one that I'm in. But right now, we've got to just hang in there. This is the fourth dip in all of this. We're still building higher lows all throughout. If you look at the Bitcoin chart, by the way, and I can bring it up for you guys, just to make you feel a little bit better, because I always tell you guys to what's it called? I always tell you guys, never look at it in the micro, because at the moment, oh my God, and really what's been going on is that you've been in this window of like really 63, 64 to 71, 72. It's kind of what it is. Yeah, 73.3 is the peak right now. We've been going like back and forth through there in that whole time zone, because we were at 71 just 2 weeks ago. So it's just, you kind of been going through that whole window the whole time, and it's just floundering. And so if I show you, look at the year, okay? Can I take all this crap off or what? Okay. Why can't I take this all off? Okay. No, I don't want to read more. How can I take all of this off? Damn it. Anyway, I don't know why it has all this crap in it, and I'm trying to get it out of there. I don't know why I won't. Well, look, okay, now that I did that, if you look at the peak from all the way down here to here, you're going to see higher lows all the way under. You'll see a diagonal line all the way under. Because really, in the end, if you hang in there, it just continues to go. Now, are you going to have volatility? Yeah. And that's why I tell you, this is the fourth dip in this rise since we were down at 16. So every time it goes up, it has a correction. You buy that correction because it bounces back over where it was, and then it goes on again. So once, as I've told you guys for a while this lasts, take advantage and buy as much as you can, as much as you can afford. See, that gentleman that chimed in yesterday and said, I put some, but then I need some for bills. That's not how you do it. Okay. And listen, we all got to work. We all got to try to keep our heads above water. And that's what we're all pretty much doing. And I get that part, but it's the money if you're really saving any money, if you can save any kind of money, I know it's really hard, almost impossible, but whatever you can save, right? That's what you put into Bitcoin. The stuff you're not going to touch, and let it grow, because it's going to grow. You know what I'm saying? And once we pop here, we're going to go to 90,000 plus. And when we go to 90,000 to almost 100,000, guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a correction. And we're going to go back down to 84 or 86 or whatever. But it's going to go back over 100 again. So then that's where you buy that dip. But you don't buy when it's on the move, on the parabolic move. You buy it during these times right now. So while this volatility is boring, it's frustrating, because you're kind of in a window that you've been in. Like I told you, the 63 to 71 window, that's what you've been in for over 2 months now. And, that's where it's kind of like, don't freak out. You kind of been here for a while now, so don't be surprised. But what you have to do is take advantage and accumulate as much as you can in this window, because, and I keep telling you, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just telling you that I don't see this number ever again. These 60s, the 70s, when this bull run is over, in 12 months from now, 18 months from now, when Bitcoin's bull run is over and it has its correction, it will never correct to this ever again. You'll never see these numbers again, because institutional money is going to be in. countries are now going to get involved. You have firemen unions and teacher unions, and you got all kinds of telecom companies and all kinds. They're all going to start using Bitcoin as part of their base for their balance sheets, because I keep telling you, it's the source. It's going to be the best monetary source in the world, and I listen, you guys couldn't get in at 16. You think you're too late? No, you're not too late at 16. You weren't too late at 26. You're not too late at 36. You're not too late at 46. And you're not too late at 66. You're just not, because this thing is going to go to $1 million plus. And I know it's hard for you to understand that. You know what I mean? It's hard to comprehend that. But that's what's going to happen. And when it is at $1 million, you'll continue to. I mean, you should remember me already when I kept fighting at 16 and telling you, yeah, I'm laughing that it's at 16. Like, yeah, all right. I mean, Sean knows it. He's my witness. Most of you that are hardcore here that have followed the show, I never flinched. I said, fine. If it goes, I remember we had the guy, it'll go down to 8 or 10. I didn't think so, but I said, if it does, great. I'll buy even more. And because I know that my legacy is to leave it to my daughter. And so I know that I'm going to do right, because it's going to be what establishes I've told you this for a couple of years. The entire new financial system is being built right before your eyes. It's up to you to get on board. But the blockchain and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and Web3 and everything going on, that's the future. And DeFi, and that's the future. And that's everything, all businesses, everything. It doesn't matter. Welton Rayom will be on the blockchain. Hialeah Park will be on the blockchain. Canesworth will be on the blockchain. Everyone eventually will be on the blockchain. I've been telling you this for years now. And it's now starting to come together now. Now people are starting to figure it out. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of doubters still with Bitcoin, but that's all right. When if you haven't realized that your money doesn't grow, that your money is less and less, I can't help you. Can't help you. You know what I mean? But anyway, so you can look at it, you can get bored, you can get frustrated. You can get out if you want. You can sell, or you can look at it as an opportunity of a lifetime. It's really up to you, however you want to look at it. But good luck to you with whatever it is that you do. By the way, David Fones will join us at 10:30. We'll talk to Manny Navaro also today on the program, so we'll have some fun. I see Eddie Beto is number 1, going for that gentleman's sweep. Steve Chapman is in. A great day to be a Celtics fan as we raise a banner 18, but I would gladly trade it for a Dolphins Super Bowl. Now the Panthers' turn to get it done tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. NorCal is puffing and going. Jamie Zoria out in San Jose. Smash that like button, folks. Let's go. 96-48 is the ratio. Let's bring it up. Oscar Rojas in, smashing that like button, expecting to drink some champagne from Lord's Stanley's Cup. Steven Gonzalez. With the Celtics having the easiest path to the finals and East having so many injuries, would you consider this run by Celtics? No, they want it, bro. They want it. This whole thing about what's, this is their 18th, Steven. It's not their first, dude. It's an organization that keeps winning titles no matter the decade, no matter the era. So is it flukish, or is it that the rest of the league, it's their fault? They couldn't take advantage. So That is that kind of shit is sour milk, my brother. Because you're a Heat fan and because they won, so you want to take away their, whatever, bro. Flukish is when you don't win. When you win it all, you did something right, bro. You did something right. If you don't win it, that's where you land in the flukish department, because it kind of proves why you were flukish. You didn't get it done. But when you get it done, maybe there's nothing flukish about you. Ray Sosa is in the house. He says it sucks seeing the Celtics win a championship. Hopefully our Panthers will close it out tonight. Yep. James Roman is in Tampico, Mexico, expecting a championship. Lamest NBA Finals so far. Yeah, well, 4-1. You know what I mean? Let's hope that these NHL Finals are the same. Sharon Calderon or Jeff in Long Island. Crypto Fins. Hoping for the Cats. Gus 1388. Captain Saki. Giovanni. Jamming that Phil Collins. I like it. In the air tonight. John Padilla. I like it. Eddie Lepp. DJ Ozone. Good morning, everybody. I'm starting to think Finn's organization has second thoughts on extending to it. Now, that's DJ Ozone. You suffer from the same thing that happens with what I just talked about for a couple minutes now, when we have dips and we have lulls and we're sitting in a zone for a couple of months and people get antsy and they think it's over and they think, oh my God, and they don't have patience and they sell out and whatever. You're the guy that couldn't handle crypto. DJ Ozone. You're the guy that sells. You're the guy that buys high and sells low and panics. Why? Because other deals got done? Is training camp started? Is the season started already? What are they doing now for several weeks, bro? They're doing nothing. So if they're haggling over this or that, who gives a shit? If they're signing everybody else, they must have a ballpark feel already where they're at. That's what that tells me. That tells me that they've got something there. It's just they're finishing it off. So who gives a shit if it happens last week, 2 weeks ago, tomorrow, or 3 weeks from now? Who gives a shit? It's going to happen before training camp. Again, some of us are made to, have the guts and to stand strong on some of this stuff. So deal's going to get done, dude. It's not even, I think Jeremy Fowler reported on Sunday that they're in the same ballpark, and I think they've been in the same ballpark. It's just they're haggling over some of the stuff. And, let me add a caveat to all of this too. And this is called professional negotiations. Okay? While this is going on, see, you think, like DJ Ozone is panicking already, right? Like, Steven Gonzalez is another panicker too, that I've noticed. What's going on here? Okay, let's just have some fun here with all of this, because too many of you take this so serious, and it's almost like you think it's life altering or some bullshit. When that's their guy, they drafted him, they believe in him. There's never been a second of wavering. So why would you think they're not going to get it done? In fact, that's where Tua and his agent have an advantage. They know that they want him. They know Mike McDaniel loves him. They know Tua loves Mike McDaniel. So this is going to get done. This is just silliness. This is all crap that they'll figure it all out. There's a couple of factors here that you guys need to realize. First and foremost, DJ Ozone and others. Okay? First of all, what negotiation with Chris Greer is like, oh, yeah, no, here, we're going to give you money. And Brandon Shore is just, yeah, no, here's a blank check. Why don't you do it? Nobody. They negotiate, and it pops up, and the Waddle deal's done, and then the Jackson deal's done, and then after the deals are done and Sealer's done and all, what is your reaction after the deals are done? Holy shit, dude. Wow. You know, the way they negotiated this and that, all that. They traded and brought in Tyreek and gave him a big deal. How's that deal looking now, right? Now it looks like a bargain, right? So after all this bullshit that you people get trapped up in, I try to walk you off the freaking ledge from all this shit, dude. Constantly on this show. Constantly. Okay? You're going to do the same shit with the Tua deal. We're going to have the anti-net. Remember I talked about this a week ago. The Tua contract creates only for the negativity people. The people that don't want Tua, that don't want to pay Tua and all that, they're the only ones super worried about the contract. And then after they give them the contract, it'll be the same people that'll complain about the contract. And then there's the other group of people that are worried about the contract, right? But they keep getting all caught up in the whole emotions of the moment when, again, I just explained to you, all these contracts, they all get done. And in the end, you start looking at the contract going, God damn it, dude. Holy shit, Brandon Shore and Chris Greer did another great job with these contracts. It's what you say with all of them. We're never hanging on to a Bobrovsky contract with these guys lately. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? Right? So it's just one of those deals. They find ways. They find ways to get out of the deals, all that kind of stuff. So relax, dude. It's going to get done. And we'll have fun with the complainers that didn't want to pay Tua in the first place, that they'll complain about whatever they paid him. And 3 years from now or 2 years from now, when Tua's kicking ass and all that, his contract will be a joke. Just like Tyreek's is right now. Because it's a cycle. Relax. It'll get done. So on the flip side, there are two things that you need to know about. One is what I told you with Brandon Shore and with Chris Greer. Every time they negotiate deals, they're methodical about it. They're deliberate about it. They know exactly what they're doing. And then when the contract is done, you look at it from a macro point of view, and you're like, hey, man, wow, these guys knocked it out. Isn't that what they always say? Okay, now here's the flip side. So if you're the agent and you look at the Dolphins, and you know how they are with negotiations, that they're shrewd and they're thorough and all that kind of stuff and consistent with most of their deals, right? Okay, so let's slow walk it. How do you know they're not slow walking it on the Tua side on purpose? There's no animosity. There's no nothing. It's just professionalism that he's using by stretching it out, buying himself a little more time. It's the off season. There's no hurry. Oh, that deal got done. Oh, hey, these bonuses and these guarantees. But let's adjust the bonuses and the guarantees because those really don't affect the yearly salary early on. It affects the back end of it. So you adjust that. You tweak that part. It's not a big. You guys are losing sleep over absolutely nothing. Nothing. There's just a professionalism going on right now in negotiations. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand that the Dolphins usually, this group here, I'm not talking about the past or anything. I'm talking about this going into year 5, the real Chris Greer, Brandon Shore, Mackenzie, Allen, front office, all that's really in power. Their contracts are smart. They're very organized. They do it almost without any, irresponsibility tied to it. Almost there's a method to the madness to everything that they do. And look at what what we end up talking about after these deals are done. Holy shit, Mostert scored 20 touchdowns. Is this the contract he signs? Wow, okay. Oh, we got Jonnu Smith. Wow, that's a really manageable contract for one of the 3 fastest tight ends in the NFL. It's constant. It's always. So the Waddle deal, after you saw it, oh my God, what did they pay Devonta Smith? Let's write an article about that. What are they going to have to pay Waddle? Oh, my God, they're waiting so much time. And then the Waddle deal's done, and then there you're sitting there going, wow, dude, that's a pretty good deal, dude. That's nice. That's nice, right? Our team did a smart deal. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? It's the summertime. Go enjoy the beach. Go enjoy your wife. Go enjoy your girlfriend. Go out for a bike ride. Go jerk off or something. I mean, I don't know what you do. Go buy crypto. I don't know what you do, but please don't worry about this. Please don't worry about this. It's just mental masturbation when you can physically do it and get something out of it. Come on. Seriously. What are we doing here? I mean, tell me that anything I said did not make sense. Tell me anything I said is not the truth. About negotiations, about contracts, about when it's all said and done. And every time they sign somebody, we sit there and go, wow, pretty good deal. Okay. You know, I don't get it. And then on the flip side, think about it. If you're, it's Lee Steinberg, I think it is, right? If you're Lee Steinberg, I think, or is it, no, it's not Lee Steinberg, right? It's whatever, whoever his agent is. You just buy yourself time. There's no hurry. So you haggle over a little thing here, a little thing there. Oops. Oh, that deal. And you know that there's still a Brock Purdy deal. Dak Prescott isn't going to get shit. Jordan Love, right? So you're like, do I buy myself a little more time for Jordan Love and for Brock Purdy, stuff like that. So it's funny, man. I just find it hilarious. So many of you, I get writers and beat writers, all they do. You get it? Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's Austin Lyman or Ryan Williams. They're both representing him now.
There you go. So, it just, but you guys have the option. It doesn't have to be all you do. You have the option of go walk the beach, go watch the Panthers, whatever it is. Watch Angel Reese, ride the coattails of Caitlin Clark or something. Do something else with your time. You know what I'm saying? Do something else with your time. That worrying about this, it's the silliest shit in the world, dude. It really is. It's drama for no reason at all. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, what it is what it is. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Call Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics, 786-618-1443. Custom printing and embroidery, all the work for our hats and shirts. It's 3A Graphics, man. So if your company needs new uniforms or hats or shirts or whatever it is that you're looking for, please call Alan Blanco and tell him that Big O sent you. 786-618-1443. Celtics won their 18th championship. They defeated the Mavs 106-88. Jaylen Brown gets the MVP. Tonight at 8 o'clock, Emirates Bank Arena, the Panthers go for their first ever Stanley Cup title. They will take on the Oilers. They lead the series 3-1. Face-off will be at 8 o'clock. And Wednesday, Inter Miami, Chase Stadium will host Columbus, and they will look for another big win without Messi and the boys. Amazing. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right, let's do it. Let's talk to the one and only. You know what? I'm going to run this by David Fones. Okay? All right? Because it's a whole bunch of loaded shit going on with this whole Tua contract. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give it to him and see what he reacts. Okay? In our Welt and Realm Miami Dolphins report with the one and only David Fones.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Rayon Miami Dolphins report with David Fones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Fones.
How you doing, bro? Good morning.
Good morning. Doing well. I'm actually going to be covering the Panthers later tonight, so I'll be in the building. I'll be in the same building as the Stanley Cup, so that's exciting. And then, of course, we did have to see the Celtics win the finals last night, but it is what it is.
I don't envy you, by the way. It's just I know it's fun to be there for a Stanley Cup. I'm good with watching it on television, bro. I got to tell you, I'm just like I could get press credentials for these things, and I don't. I just like. I get you. I'm good. I've covered enough shit in my life. It's like all that craziness. I'm good with it, bro.
That's the sense I get from a lot of veterans, where I still have the youthful enthusiasm about it. So
yeah. For me, I have no desire really of, oh my God, I got to be there and cover it and go over and fight and put my mic in there and all. Oh my God, no, I've already done all that shit. I'm kind of I'm good watching it from where I'm at, seeing everything, and I can pretty much talk about it. And the Tua contract stuff, it's hilarious because I think it just creates a bunch of like crap that. And I'll explain to you. And I know you guys, you have no choice. You have to write about it. So you have to write about it. And why is it taking long and this and that? And are they lowballing him or this or whatever? And to me, it's a whole load of shit because behind the scenes, this is what's going on. First of all, what happens with all of these deals lately with Brandon Shore and Chris Greer and company? They sign Sealer and you're like, holy shit, that's a great deal. They signed Austin Jackson. Holy shit, that's a great deal. You guys are writing, oh, my God, they paid Devonta Smith all this money. What are they going to have to pay Waddle? And then they get the deal done with Waddle, and you're like, hey, wow, that's a pretty good deal overall. Like, it doesn't matter where it's at. Like, even Teron Armstead had him kind of by the balls, right? But then he talks about, possible retirement. They go and they tweak the deal in their favor so they can get the hell out of it. The Tyreek Hill deal sounded like big money then, right? Now, a couple years in, that deal is already like fallen by the wayside, like it's behind several deals already. So you're worried about something that you shouldn't worry about because they get all their deals done. And then in the end, you start to go back and go, God damn, dude, they got Jonnu Smith at a pretty decent price. Wow, that was pretty good. They got Austin Jackson at a pretty decent price. And you start to go back and look at those contracts, and you're like, wow, they constantly work like, Connor Williams. They didn't break the bank for him. They didn't break the bank for the guy they got now, Aaron Brewer, right?
Brewer, yeah.
Yeah, what are they paying him? $6-7 million a year or something for a starting center? Are you kidding me? I mean, so in the end, whatever the Tua deal is, it's not going to be a deal that you're going to be freaking out or whatever. And in 2 or 3 years from now, you're going to say, oh, well, Tua's now like the 7th or whatever. And if he's balling, you're going to go, wow, what a bargain. It's going to be fantastic. So it's so much overreaction over the fact that the front office overall is pretty freaking responsible. And they cut good deals most of the time that are beneficial for the team. And then on the flip side, here's the other thing. What are you doing right now, David? What are NFL players doing right now? Are they playing a game?
Maybe Madden, if anything.
Are they training camp?
No.
Are they in preseason?
No.
No. So why should the agents be in a hurry? They could be slow walking it. They could be really smart and professional. and they could be haggling over little things because I still think I know I saw Fowler report on Sunday that they're in the ballpark. I think they've been in the ballpark for a while. That's why they're doing all these other deals. But I think they could be haggling over some bonuses, some guarantees this year, that year, injury, this. And at the same time, he's buying himself some time. He's letting some of these other deals happen. We still have the Love. We still have the Purdy deals. So on the flip side, it could be a Tua agent thing that he's smart, where there's no hurry to sign a deal. And Tua can walk up to you guys and say, well, the market is the market. And they could be a little dramatizing it themselves at the same time. Whereas the seeds, they're just kind of slow walking to see how much of the guarantees. Because and the fans don't realize this, but you do, if the guarantees get a little bit more, whatever, that doesn't really matter or anything. Because that's on the back end of the deal anyway. So that'll be tweaked on the back end. So they could be just buying themselves some time too, because there's no hurry to do this. Nobody's doing anything. It's the off season. We're not playing a game. Training camp's not around the corner or anything. There's no pressure. Yet you guys have to write about it. Fans have to panic about it. But really, in the back end of it, we've seen these deals that usually happen later on as it is. So to me, watching everything else happen, even adding Calais Campbell, brother, I don't have 1 ounce of concern about this Tua deal at all, dude. At all. But you go ahead after I've long-winded explained this whole thing.
Yeah, I'll start with your last point first, that every contract that comes up for any quarterback in the NFL, it helps Tua because the price just keeps going up with each one of these. So, yeah, any delays in the end is beneficial to Tua and his representation, because then you see Jared Goff get his 53 per year. And then all of a sudden, okay, now that's a big number. So if Jared Goff got that, what's Tua going to get? And then Trevor Lawrence, who has undoubtedly his production in his first 3 years in the NFL compared to Tua, it does not compare. Yeah. It does not compare. So then if Tua sees Trevor Lawrence get 55 per year, and yeah, Trevor Lawrence has that one playoff win. It came against Justin Herbert. Something had to give there. One of them had to get that one. One player won the first half, and then the other one won the second half by a lot, and then that's how you had a huge comeback. But that's kind of like the only thing that Trevor Lawrence would have on Tua. Everything else, when you look at statistically, goes into his favor. So Tua's going to probably want more than him, even though they were already in that ballpark, I'm sure. And to your initial point that what you see now isn't going to be so burdensome in years to come. Yeah, we see it with Tyreek Hill that he wants more money now after 2 seasons here. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. We saw it with Xavier Howard when he got his one deal, and then Byron Jones got more money, and then Byron Jones wasn't as good as him, and Xavier Howard wanted more money than him because he was better that year, and on and on.
And eventually the X deal got negotiated.
Right.
It got worked out and all that stuff, and people were panicking over it. My point is,
he requested a trade that offseason, that training camp.
Yeah. Huh?
That he requested a trade that training camp, and then they ended up getting it done a couple weeks later.
Yeah. So it's just like they always end up working it out. So to me, it's just, I don't know.
Well, and so is life when you play in a sport where the salary cap increases from year to year by more than 10%, or what was it, 13%. This past offseason, this go around, this cycle that we just had. So yeah, these deals very quickly become outdated, and then they end up becoming a bargain pretty much the very next offseason, and then the player ends up feeling like they were the ones that got the short end of it in two seasons time. Like look at Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes when their original numbers were 45 per, and now that seems like a laughable number for some of the top quarterbacks, especially Mahomes, who was then delivered back-to-back Super Bowls, even with Tyreek Hill gone from the Chiefs, and all the drops that he's had, and tackles that haven't been blocking, and all these other things. And and he's still getting it done, even at his rate. So, in a couple of years' time, then whatever number it is now. I mean, I remember talking to someone inside the organization that was thinking, oh, by the time Tua's up, we're going to have to be looking at $40 million per year. Because what Daniel Jones just got, and feeling that the Giants overpaid for Daniel Jones, but that's probably the number that Tua's going to be due. Well, and then you go into the fifth-year option year, and then that number skyrockets so much, and then now it's in the 50s. So in a couple of years' time, whatever he signs to now, if he continues to play like he has the last 2 years and continues to stay healthy, then it won't look as burdensome against the cap.
Exactly. And by the way, folks, don't forget, please smash the hell out of the like button. It helps get the show out there more. It gets the algorithms going, so more South Florida sports fans can find the show all over the world. So we appreciate it if you smash the like button. It's a great way to help out the program. And Welton Rayom, a proud sponsor of the show. And here throughout Florida, we've had a lot of rain, a lot of water damage. So if you're dealing with that, you don't want to deal with the insurance companies. Welton Rayom has their own adjusters. They will send them to your house, and then they will handle the insurance company for you. So you don't have to handle the headache at all. It's pretty cool. All you got to do is take care of your business at home and then pick up a check from Welton Rayom when it's all said and done. So please reach out to Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, 954-966-4646. All right, so I'm kind of taking away the drama from your job there a little bit. But you would agree that in the end, it's really worry for nothing, right? Because, come on, dude, you're adding the entire team around him, and you're going to tell me that this deal's not going to get done? Come on, bro. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's just
I've never felt like they're in a place where it won't get done. We've kind of we meet twice a week on this show throughout the offseason, kind of always have felt the confidence level to be high that a deal will get done from I remember talking to you going back to the combine. That's late February before free agency even begins. And boy, we're already middle of June. Yeah, we were always thinking, okay, is it going to get done soon? No, probably a little bit later. We get a couple months in. Probably once June hits, Xavier Howard money, this and that. And then right now, we're still not at that point, but it's a lengthy process. So, yes, you want to see it get done at some point, and the more the Dolphins wait, the more the price goes up. But these negotiations take time, and I'm sure there's a lot of those little guarantees and full guarantees that are and some of the bonuses that need to get worked out, all the little intricate details in the deal.
Yep. No, I'm with you there. All right. What are you working on?
Yeah, this week, well, I just posted yesterday about Devon Achane, how he's been getting stronger this year, also working on his route running with the wide receivers, to be lining up more out wide. So that's an exciting offseason for him as he goes into year two. And also now
you're still feeling Tyreek's going to have the same kind of year he's had the last 2 years?
Tyreek? It's a high standard. 17.99 is going to be tough to replicate. So I would take the under on that one, especially now more weapons, and that's no slight on Tyreek either. That's just
it has to do with Tyreek. It has to do that life has to evolve. The team has to evolve, and this year they have a pass catching tight end. Their running backs are going to be used more as pass catchers than they have been in the past. And you added Odell Beckham to the team along with several slot receivers, okay, from Barrios all the way through the Washington boys, okay? Trust me, he has unless there's a shit ton of injuries or something, this is going to be a different offense. And, when you wrote that whole A-Chan thing and everybody else is talking about it, it kind of that starts to hit you in the face that Tua needs to spread the ball around more, that Mike McDaniel needs to spread the ball around more, which means you're not going to be as Tyreek dependent as you've been in the past.
Yeah, Tyreek could go for 400, 500 yards less and then actually have it be a better season for both him and the offense.
He could have more TDs and less yards this year. I'll give you, because he doesn't really end up scoring 15 TDs a year. But in this offense, it could be where he scores a lot of TDs, but he has less yards this year. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. And then aside from that, we should get introduced to Calais Campbell pretty soon here. So get to interview him, get his perspective, joining the Dolphins, coming back to Miami where he played his college ball. Back in the Orange Bowl days, he's that much of a veteran that he played in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. And I'm that much of a veteran that I covered him when he was in the Orange Bowl. So, yes, covered plenty of Canes in the Orange Bowl. So that's good.
Those were my high school days, the one when he was in college.
That's good. We'll have something to talk about on Friday after you have your conversations with him and other things as you develop your stories along the line throughout the week. Follow him on Twitter at David Fones _. Make sure you subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, as always, my brother, I appreciate you. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy your conversation with Calais Campbell, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it. There you go. David Fones and our Welt and Realm Miami Dolphins report: bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Jeff Welt is a huge Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, Heat fan. Inter Miami. He's a South Florida guy. He loves it. Daniel Realm, fantastic dude, stunt pilot. These guys are awesome. They take down the biggest companies out there, and they can defend you, especially during all this mess that we've gone through, where a lot of people are suffering from water damage, especially a lot of our friends that are living closer to the coast have gone through some rough times throughout the state. Please call Jeff Welt and Daniel Realm, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Fones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Hey, Cap for Life, bro. What is your problem, man? Why are you spamming the whole thing? What's your deal, bro? And I don't give a shit what anybody else says about anything, my brother. I'm more right about the Dolphins. You know what, bro? Get rid of this guy already. Block him out. Block him out, Sean, please. Block this clown out already. I'm just tired of this. This guy is just, He's a troll, dude. Just leave. Get rid of him.
Who is it?
Cap for Life, bro. Cap for Life. Just get rid of this troll, bro. Just get rid of this troll, dude. The chat board is for chatting. Go back and forth. It's not your show. And it's not for you to abuse it and all that. And you should know that I don't allow the spamming. I don't allow people that just, you want to keep, no, bro, get lost. Get lost. That's it, bro. Get lost. Get the hell out of here already, bro. You're an annoyance. You're an absolute annoyance, dude. Grow up, man. Whatever, bro. You have an opinion, express it. Don't think that you're going to dominate or whatever, bro. Just get lost. And that's it, bro. Get lost with plenty of others, and they don't get unblocked. So, my brother, I am of the school of Bukele. Okay? All right? It's like the Roach Motel. Once you get in, you just don't get out. So, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Anyway, Let's see. Yes, I agree, Eddie. But the second you log in, please smash the like button. Yeah. No, it's just it's spreading misinformation. It's just the trolling, bro. It just you get tired of it, you know. Maybe he's not a bad person, but he clearly has no life. And you know what? I don't need it. I don't need it, bro. I think people really keep what I'm not part of a corporation. I don't have to walk on eggshells or anything like that. I'm my own man. I've always been my own man. And so I've always been a guy that doesn't take any shit from anybody. So, just but you're just not going to do that here, Cap, been nice, but you done screwed up. Yeah, that's exactly it, Pat. Anyway. The beat writers who say Miami should wait to pay Tua are ridiculous. They just need to admit that, well, it's just, you know what, Daniel? You got to write something. It's like when you watch, when you watch ESPN or any of these other things, and I don't watch this stuff myself anymore. I just don't. I don't watch. When I watch ESPN, it's for news. I don't watch their pregame shows. I don't watch any of that shit because it's just ridiculous crap most of the time. And all they do is somebody has to take the pro and the con of it, even if they don't believe it. And that's just kind of the way it is. And on radio, they do that shtick too. Locally, nationally. And they're just playing you. You know what I mean? They're just doing the pro and the con of it. Even if they don't believe it, they're just coming up with some side. It's just stupidity. And so now they have to write something. You know what I mean? The perfect example is when Tua was getting concussed. Those same people, Tua needs to quit football. Tua has to think about his family and this, that. All Tua's concussion prone. And I went completely the other way because it's boring. Because, mine was logical. I didn't use sensationalism. I just said, yo, guys, he's only getting concussed because, he's hanging on to the ball. He's doing a Ryan Tannehill. He's hanging on to the ball 4 or 5 seconds. Look at all his injuries and time it. So you can see, but these writers, others, they didn't want to do the homework. They'd rather go with the sensationalism because, it's a lot better to go call a doctor. Hey, well, if you get concussed, your future is hazy, this, that. And here I am going, yeah, go tell Sidney Crosby that. Go tell firemen and policemen and lifeguards and miners, not Bitcoin miners. I'm talking about coal miners or breathing all that shit. Why don't you go tell all those people that are putting their lives on the line every single day for a lot less money? You people are full of shit. But sensationalism sells. So that's why take this sensational. Play on the 5th year. Oh, he's not worth it. All this, that. Oh, he's injury prone. Whatever, bro. It's all play the game. And there's plenty of you that get suckered into playing the game. Big O, all that yelling in caps was giving me a headache. Anyway. Yeah. If they let Tua play on his 5th-year option, he becomes a free agent after the season, right? You have to then sign the dude. Otherwise, no, you can tag him too, but it's going to end up being more expensive. So they'll get it done. It's just a whole bunch of nothing. I knew Tua was not going to retire. The dude has heart. He was never going to retire. So anyone who says to wait till next year is ridiculous. He wants 50 plus this year. Next year will be 60 plus. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it'll all get done. You guys are overreacting for no reason at all. No reason at all. I'll tell you this. Do I have time? Yeah, I have time. I'll give you something Dolphins wise. Then let me talk about something with substance on the Dolphins side. Okay, that I am really excited about. They're all writing about Achane and how he's building his body up and how they're going to use him as a wide receiver. And I think we've already talked about this, that they needed to add a pass catching tight end and they needed to throw the running backs, right? So they add Jaylen Wright, who's also a pass catcher. And as we've been talking about, the ball is going to be spread around a lot more. And you're going to use the running backs more as pass catchers. And you're going to put them out lined up, in the slot. And that will create a lot of mismatches and a lot of problems. Hell, you might be able to put one of them on the outside if you feel like it. Okay? Because you could actually put Tyreek and Waddle inside if you felt like it to really screw with people. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many combinations with the speed that you have on the team. There's so many things that you can do. But one of the things that I love about this backfield is that there is a forgotten man in all of this. And that's Chris Brooks. And I'm really excited for him because it's his second year in the system. And as you all know, I was one of those guys that wanted Derrick Henry. Okay. But bringing Derrick Henry would mean that you're going to drastically change the offense in the sense that you would run differently. Okay. But with Jaylen Wright, you don't change the offense. What you do with Mostert, Achane, you can do with Jaylen Wright. Okay? So there is no drastic change, and it allows him, which the coach wanted to keep that offense all throughout. But as we know, Mostert and Achane were banged up by the end of the year, so you add a third guy. But you're keeping, Chris Brooks. So for me, Chris Brooks, there's one thing about Chris Brooks that the coach has to like. And those of us that watched his game, you gotta appreciate. He has great vision. He has some really good feet for more of a power back than the rest of the guys on the roster, than the top three. So when you think about, we talk about short yardage, and sure, Alec Ingold might be part of that. But Chris Brooks has the opportunity of a lifetime now. Because think about it. Jaylen Wright, Achane, and Mostert are carbon copies of each other. They're the same kind of player, fast backs, right? Nobody's Chris Brooks on the team. A little bit more of a power back, a little bit more size than these other guys. You can use him a little differently. So I'm really excited because it's something, it's kind of what we don't talk about. We're going to talk about the obvious three, but we're not going to mention, Chris Brooks nearly as much. But they're going to need somebody for short yardage. And hopefully this young man is active, and hopefully he's part of the mix, because I really think he can add an element that you need at times. And there must be some confidence in that area in him because they kept him. And they didn't go and add a back that has those kind of features. So Chris goes into a season where he doesn't have great competition, and he brings something to the table that other guys actually don't add. So it's pretty cool, man. By the way, the Dolphins have announced that they have officially signed Calais Campbell. I know he's about to have a press conference with the Meteors. It's a good pickup at this point, man. Really good pickup at this point. these are the kind of pickups you want to make at this point. But yeah, the Chris Brooks thing, it's interesting, man. That one I'm kind of looking forward to. We're still not over 100. We should be closer to 200, man. We got 170 people watching. Come on, man. A little love. Let's go. Come on. And remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And of course, you can always make a Bitcoin donation, which we love Bitcoin donations. Those are our favorite donations of all Bitcoin donations. So there you go. And don't forget to visit our merchandise shop, hats and shirts, all kinds of stuff. Our Bitcoin Go Show hats. There you go. Got them in white, got them in black. Let's see. Oh, because I got the lighting there. There you go. The black ones in the back have the Bill Preston for BP4E, and that's for my best friend and original producer of the show here, Bill Preston. No, we lost him, as you all know, a few years back. So we put it in the back of the black hats for in his honor, because he was such an amazing person. Anyway, let's take a quick break. Hour number 2 is next. Manny Navaro, the great one, will join us with our Caneswear, which, by the way, tomorrow we are in Davie at Caneswear, 2655 South University Drive in Davie. Use our code BIG010. We'll be there tomorrow. Sean, can we start at 11? Is it all right with you with the late night tonight? Is it good with you? Can you do that tomorrow? Can you pull it off? 11? Thumbs up? I got a thumbs up. Okay. So 11 tomorrow at Caneswear. All right. That gives a voice a little bit of a break, because I think I'm going to have a really late night tonight celebrating a championship. Anyway, let's take a quick break. Manny Navaro and our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report is next.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navaro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navaro.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Just taking advantage of this Bitcoin and crypto dip right now, which is a beautiful thing, a beautiful opportunity. You know, I was talking about how we look at the Dolphin offense and we look at some of the additions and we can kind of figure out what they're going to be. On your side, I still don't know what the hell they're going to be because I don't know how effective the passing game is going to be. I don't know how effective the tight ends are going to be. I don't know how healthy the running backs and how heavy you're going to be able to use them. So are you going to be more run-oriented and then pass second, or are you going to be forced to pass a little bit more because the running game isn't as dominating? Although we're getting a feeling that the offensive line, the running game was kind of already turning the corner last year, that Mario is going to get that physical, punishing running game going. But it kind of leaves, there's still some gray, right?
Right.
Because of all the new stuff to it all, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the question is Mario going to actually allow the passing game to thrive? In other words, he's going to let Cam Ward cut it loose and use, the big play receivers that they have, the experienced, productive receivers that they have, and use the tight end more than they did a year ago now that he's got a quarterback he trusts? Or is he going to continue to be Mario, the grinder, who wants to run the football and have balance? I think my gut tells me that he's going to be the second guy. As much as the passing game may be the strength, I still think this is going to be a balanced offensive attack in the end.
Yeah, and that's interesting. And right now, can you figure who's going to be your number one wide receiver?
Well, it's probably going to be Restrepo just because he's the trusted guy, right? I think Cam Ward has a really good, chemistry with him and just feels comfortable throwing him the football. I think Jacoby George is sort of a big play threat on the outside. That's what he does best. And then, the kid they got out of Houston, he's another – he's basically the Colby Young replacement, a guy who's been productive but not a big, huge wide receiver on the outside, just another veteran, experienced pass catcher. So ultimately, I think their most talented guys are the youngest guys that they have, the freshmen that are in this class, the JoJo Traders of the world. Those are the big play, NFL-type receivers. But these other guys are solid college wide receivers, and I think, it'll be Restrepo just because of where he is in the offense, that he's in the slot, and the fact that the tight ends, at least if you look at it last year, I mean, essentially he probably collected a lot of the catches that the tight end would normally get. So,
but you can't be top-notch ACC if Restrepo is your number one wide receiver. Come on,
right.
That cannot happen. Restrepo has to be your third wide receiver, to be quite honest. Not your one or two.
Mm-hmm.
You need some big play guys. So George and others need to step up in a big time way.
Yeah, I mean, and you saw it at the beginning of the season, right? When they played Texas A&M and they beat Texas A&M, and you saw what a big deal Jacoby George was in that game. I think you're right. They need to have that explosiveness. And the best teams in college football, you look at the statistics, the teams that win 10, 11, 12 games, they're averaging 40, 41 points a game. And they're hitting the big play. They're averaging 6-7 yards a play because they get those big chunk plays. And so I think against good teams, Xavier Restrepo will be the number one guy. And I think on most Saturdays where Miami's clearly the better team, it's going to be Jacoby George and Sam Brown and some of the other guys that they have that are more explosive because you can go to those big plays and probably hit on them more often.
With Mario's history, can you see him adjusting and saying, "Yeah, no, I either adjust or die here."
Right.
If I don't open it up, I probably will never be able to challenge for a championship in modern college football nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be in order for you to win with a run-oriented type offense, brother. You're going to have to be so dominant on defense and on offense running that it just, it's crazy.
Right. Michigan just finished winning the national title that way, but Michigan won at the line of scrimmage, right? They controlled both sides of the line of scrimmage.
I mean, it's that, bro.
Right.
There's no way they have that. No.
Well, they're trying. I mean, I think that's the way Mario's trying to build them. He's trying to build them like the old school Alabama. But what's happened in college football, and you look at the teams that made the playoff, the Texases, the Washingtons, even Alabama now. Alabama plays a wide open game with Jalen Milroe throwing the ball deep down the field. Most teams are going to need those big wide open offenses that score 40 points. They're going to need that to be elite. If you're not that, if you don't have those playmakers on the outside, which like you, I don't see that for Miami. I think they're good receivers. They're good college receivers, but there's no, to me, game-breaking NFL, hey, that guy's a dangerous take-it-to-the-house threat among the older guys. I think, again, some of the younger guys, I think JoJo Trader definitely has that in him, but he's a true freshman. So I think you're going to see more balance. You're going to see Miami run the football because that's who Mario is, because he believes in his offensive line. And, that's the way that they're going to win most Saturdays, scoring 30 to 35 points, creating a turnover or two on defense, and doing just enough to win the majority of the games. And you know what? I think most Miami fans would take that at this point. They just want to see them get to 10 or 11 wins and contend for a playoff spot.
No Moss, no Johnson, no Irvin, no Perrimans, no Blades.
In the ACC, Jacoby George is good enough to beat most of the teams. Like he'll be good enough to beat a Louisville by himself if he has a big day. He'll be good enough.
What happened? We always used to get the stud receivers, bro.
They're all going away to Ohio State and Alabama, dude. They're going to the teams that win championships, right?
They kidnapped Brian Hartline.
Dude, it's been that way a long time now, though. That's the thing. Oh, it's like this has been decades. The last Miami receiver drafted, was it Berrios? I think so. And I think the last first rounder was Dorsett in like 2014.
And he's not really a first rounder.
He was there because of his 40 time. So, yeah, I mean, wide receiver, you think about all the greats that came through here. It's not what it was, brother. Oh, look at how cute.
Yep, this is Ollie. This is Ollie. One of our four dogs and adoptees, of course.
Nice.
We adopt all our dogs.
By the way, I'm sitting here today inside the New York Times building because the Athletic had a bunch of meetings, and you and I are doing this interview, and all I hear, I mean, this is New York City. All you hear is honking outside, bro.
Yeah. Have you ever had like a room in New York City? Like, yeah, dude, yeah.
It's nonstop honking of the cars. It's ridiculous.
All night honking, sirens, ambulance sirens. Like, it's just, yeah, dude. It's exactly like how you hear in the movies.
Yeah,
it's exactly the same way when you're there. And if you have to get like a room, like there in Manhattan and in downtown. Yeah. Oh my God! Yes.
And let me tell you, the smell of weed, it is ridiculous. The smell of weed is everywhere.
I think they want to start fining people for smoking weed on the streets or something like that. I don't know if they're actually going to do that, But
listen, man, as people sparking up everywhere down the street.
Let me tell you, Mayor Adams, he really kicks ass because he handles all the real tough issues. He went and got back the key from P. Diddy.
Oh, that was really big deal.
He retrieved the key from. I mean, Lord knows what that key opened in the city. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But Mayor Adams really tackling the tough issues for New York. Go get that key from P. Diddy. Come on,
yeah. That's important. That's important, brother.
Super important. Yes, definitely, no doubt about it. Jesus Christ! All right, what do you got going on in the New York Times?
Well, I had an article come out today, another version of the ACC mailbag, the second installment of it. We did one last week. The second part came out this morning. I've got that feature story on Kobe Bryant's nephew, who's a 6'4", 200-pound safety over there in Las Vegas. Interesting kid to follow here the next year. He's only going to be a junior this year. So, and there'll be more football. Listen, I'm booking my travel to go to Charlotte. I'll be there all 4 days for the ACC Media Day. So I'll be there all 4 days talking to coaches, interviews, writing stories. So I'll be around, brother. But this is my first time in the New York Times building since the Athletic was bought by the New York Times. I got to tell you, it's pretty cool. I'd never been inside before.
Well, dude, while you're there,
yeah.
Here's an idea that I gave them when I worked for the Athletic a couple years ago, and since it's what I do, and it's not saying for me to do it. I just want what's best for you guys. How come the Athletic radio has not been? I talked to them about that. I said, "Hey, man, I would love to help you guys build the Athletic radio where I could host and just bring all your talent, basketball, baseball, football, soccer, everything breaking. You bring your talent on and you create a channel for the Athletic, plus the Times now. Now you can add the Times. And then that way, it's a way for them to hear the talent and then go read their articles. And it's like the thing. I don't know why in today's world, with all the talent that you guys have, why hasn't that been done? You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I agree. But listen, I'll see if I get somebody's ear today, and I'm gonna pitch it for you.
Yeah. No, not for me. Not for me. I'm not saying it. For
no,
me.
I'm saying for like representing you. I'm gonna say Big O came up with this idea. He told you guys we should be doing this.
Yeah, dude. I just never understood how you're paying for all these people. You have some best insiders in all kinds of different sports.
Right.
Saying college football, soccer, you've got NBA, you've got obviously all these things going on. Brother, take advantage of it, man.
Right.
And showcase your talent with one station where you can and then fans, since they subscribe, you already have the subscribers, they'll download the app.
Yeah.
And then they can listen to you because everybody's got a smartphone, a smart car, and a smart TV, dude. I don't know, man.
No, you're absolutely right, dude. You're absolutely right. We should have one go-to place for everybody. So
yeah, man, it would be. I think it would kick ass. All right, what do you got going on so folks can check you out there in New York City?
Yeah, just as I mentioned, a lot of college football coverage. Did the ACC mailbag, have the feature story coming out of Kobe Bryant's nephew tomorrow, and more Kane stuff in the weeks ahead. So I'll be busy.
All right, follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navaro. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. We'll catch up on Friday.
All right, man. Take care.
You got it. There you go. Don't forget, use our code BIGO10. You'll get 10% off at Caneswear. I think I got this hat at Caneswear a long time ago. Anyway, you get all kinds of Panther stuff, all kinds of Panther gear. Since your Panthers are about to win the Stanley Cup, you can get Heat gear, you can get Dolphins gear, you can get Inter Miami, Messi shirts, Messi jerseys, all kinds of stuff, man. So check it out there at Caneswear. Hell, they even got, there's like a baseball team in town, I think. I think they have some stuff from that baseball team. Yeah, they probably have something there in the clearance rack or something. So you can check it out, Caneswear. Use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off. And remember, for those of you that live out of town or you live a little too far, if you order online over $99, you will get free shipping. Caneswear.com.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right. Silence Assassin. What about Wilson? Everybody forgot about him. Wilson will be cut this year. They'll keep 4 running backs. The top 3 guys and Chris Brooks. And then they have the fullback. They'll keep another guy on the practice squad or 2. So that way they kind of know the system. Man Dog says, kind of happy the Panthers are doing great. I'm going to start selling parking spots on my property for games like it was in the Orange Bowl. No blocky, no blocky. How can you do that? Ain't got no houses there, bro. Houses are too far to park. Let's see what else. True Fin Fan says a run first, tight end heavy offense would make this team unstoppable, in my opinion. Stop playing Tua like he's Marino. Stop being predictable and play the kid to his strengths. You heard me, coach. I can't disagree with that. That's a good one. Dolphin 13 losing Wilkerson, Hunt, and others. Greer and company have done a phenomenal job of filling the pieces. Yes, I agree. Come on, man. Hit that like. Oh, we got a 126. Let's go. Lock it in. Hit that like button. Time for a stogie, says DJ Ozone. Good for you, DJ Ozone. Big O, if Mad Dog, Jim Mandich, and Neil Rogers were alive today, they'd be doing uncensored podcasting. That'd be interesting. I don't know. Neil, maybe. I don't know about Jim. Jim would be traditional radio. I don't know if he would go to podcasting. I know Joe and Bo are doing that podcast now. But it's kind of not really necessarily a sports podcast. So it's a little bit off the beaten path. Let's see. You can tell Navaro is in New York. Sirens every 2 minutes out there. Yeah, that's New York. Ryan Lomberg is back for the Panthers tonight. Yes. Wearing my new not a blind ass fan. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I gave the wrong name. I screwed up. The person that we sent the hat to, because Alberto Larios, you are in the Tampa area, and you ordered a hat. And we got your hat, bro. We sent it and we got it back. So, Alberto Larios, I sent you an email last week, brother. Sent you a picture and everything. Tell me if, did you put the wrong address? Because we put the right address that you sent us. But we sent you the hat and it came back, dude. So, we got to know what the hell is going on. So, Alberto Larios, if you're watching, if you're going to watch later on, whatever, reach out to me, bro, and tell me what the hell do I do with your hat. Okay? Hoping to get all the colors starting to come in this week, and I can start shipping out all the colored shirts. If you order whites and hats, we can send those out right away. But if you order the color shirts, we're getting those and the dry fits the next week here, week 2 here. We get all that stuff from 3A Graphics. All right. What else do we have going on? Jeff Van Gundy is going to be the top assistant to Ty Lue's staff with the Clippers. So after leaving ESPN, he is now back into coaching. Damn, Cap got capped. That's it. Yeah, that happens when, you want to be a troll. I can't stand the trolls. I just don't allow the trolls to be a part of the deal, bro. Oh, would you say Brooks could be used like RBI, Lusaka Polite from no. He's much more talented than Lusaka. Lusaka was limited. This guy can be used as a receiver too. He can be a short yardage back. He can be a regular running back, but he has a little bit more power to him than the guys you currently have. So at least you can use him more as a short yardage back. But what I like about Brooks is that he's got the nifty feet that he could also, in other words, when you put him back there, you're not selling complete run. Is what I mean, and that's what I like about him. But no, he's not like Lusaka. He's got much more ability to him and talent. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Hank would have done podcasting, especially with his betting predictions? No, I don't think so. No. I think the older guys would have probably stayed with traditional stuff. You know, a lot of people have stayed with traditional stuff. They don't do this. This takes a lot to do this, man, and go on your own. And you know, Neil would have done it because his was more of a general talk show, where some of these other guys, like Joe Rose, I don't even know why he's still at QAM. Have no idea. Joe could have been doing his own podcast every day, like he's doing. Have any guest he wants, like he's doing. Probably make more money on his own than he's making now. Have more freedom than he, has to deal with now because he has to deal with the corporation. So I'm shocked that he hasn't tried it, because that's one guy that could do it, but has chosen to stay on the traditional path. I thought for sure he'd be gone like 2 years ago, but he's kind of hung in there and kind of stayed with, I guess he's milking it until he doesn't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? Clearly he loves it. There's no doubt about it. That's why he's still doing it, which is cool. But he could have done it. If I'm him, I would have done it 2 years ago. But, it is what it is. Any chance for a new capped blind ass fan alert shirt? What else? Too bad Chubb and Phillips won't be 100% the entire. This defense has the capability of being better than last year's. Yeah. Well, they have to stay healthy, but yes, you are correct. Yeah. I mean, unless Chop becomes like a star right away, or Kamara is a star in the making, and, you ended up getting a Zach Thomas 5th rounder, a Jason Taylor 3rd rounder, you got a late round pick that just ends up like blowing up and becoming a stud. You know what I'm saying? That could help. If one of those two guys, again, it's unfair to put any of those two young men in that position, but that would help out a lot. Definitely. Let's see. Big O, I'm trying to catch up on Bitcoin knowledge with tons of FUD out there. Who do you recommend watching on YouTube for beginners? Anthony, Crypto Casey, young lady. She does an excellent job. You should check her out. The other one is Cryptos Are Us, the letter R and us. Cryptos Are Us, George. He's an Asian guy. And he'll start off every broadcast with, hello, I'm George. We're all George. And he is, you could tell he's a really good dude. I've been watching him for a couple of years. Very level-headed, not into the drama and the sensationalism and the bull crap. Another guy that I like is Kevin Svensson. Let me make sure I spelled it right, but I'm pretty sure it's Svenson is how it's spelled. Let me see here. Yeah, Svenson. Okay. Follow those three and you will be fine. Okay. You'll get good information, fair information, people that aren't into a whole bunch of sensationalistic bullshit, level-headed stuff that you guys need. Okay? All right? So that's what I would tell you. Check that out if you can. Those will help you out. Good people, good information. Let's see. Last year's defense was not good. They made their stats against all the bad teams. What Fangio? No, not really. That's not true, True Fin Fan, because it was Fangio's choice not to blitz, Lamar, and not to blitz Levis. So I can't blame the defense. I have to blame coaching sometimes. Just like sometimes I have to blame Mike McDaniel because he doesn't stick to the run, or he's too Tyreek dependent and doesn't spread the ball around, or, whatever it is, doesn't win challenges, or, just does inconsistent shit. So at times it isn't all on the team, on the players itself. Sometimes it's the coach that stops your team from getting better in the process. And you're one of those guys that, you understand that McDaniel has to be better on game day. He makes way too many mistakes. Well, Fangio hurt his defense too at times. He didn't move. You have a guy like Jalen Ramsey, and you don't move him around against number one wide receivers. You're hurting your defense. You're not using your talent the way you're supposed to use them, So I just have and then, the injuries also. Once you lose all your linebackers, your two pass rushers are out. X is a shell of himself. Your stud safety is playing with two bad knees. All that kind of shit. A lot of things contributed to it. Give me a better coach and give me some luck, and then we can judge, and then I can say, okay, no, they weren't that good. Let's see. Tindo was a third rounder, not a first rounder. Neil would have done great on the podcast. He was like you, not taking crap from anyone. Yeah, well, I'm definitely nothing like Neil. He would have been, he's me to the 10,000th power. That guy was a monster, bro. I will never have his power. Anthony, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Dude 67, thank you. Joe Rose and Brendan Tobin don't need QM. Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Tobin does a really good job on YouTube. He should be on his own. Yeah. Yep. If you could go on your own, it's way better. Way better than being tied to any of these idiots. Because you're really not making the most you can, and they're taking advantage of you, and they're limiting you too at the same time. Big O, we know why the markets are so volatile in the short term. Investors over panic like Dolphin fans are like fleas that jump on every new dog that comes by, then jump back. Exactly. Big O, from the last couple of years, all the previous champions of the NBA have been built through the draft. Celtics, Warriors, Nuggets, Bucks. Not really. The Bucks had to trade for Drew Holiday to get over the hump. That's not true. Just like the Celtics added Drew Holiday. So no, the Celtics had to add Porzingis, Holiday, White. That's not the draft, my man. You're wrong. They got their two stars from the draft, but the center, what's his name that won yesterday? He's a free agent, dude. Peyton Pritchard's one of theirs, but it's free agency, dude. You are not correct on that, my man. By the way, I don't give a shit how you build the team. Free agency, the draft. You got to win a championship. I used to always laugh at people that used to pick on the Yankees. Well, the Yankees can buy. Well, bro, that's the system. It allows them to buy whatever they want and pay the tax. Change the rules, bro. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Right? Isn't that the saying? Sorry, I'm not a Yankees fan. I don't give a shit about the Yankees. They could lose every game of their existence, and I would live a happy life, and I wouldn't give a rat's ass. But those are the rules. If the Dodgers and the Yankees can spend and pay the tax, then so be it, dude. You know, I don't care. We had the San Antonio idiots coming at Miami fans because of the big three and all. And then after, they had to then start going to free agency. Because, they were snobs. Well, we got, Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan, and we had Robin, and we all built through the draft. And then after, they started adding, free agency also. And so did Golden State too. I had those idiots from Golden State also. We heard from them early on because they got lucky and they got a couple great picks and they were able to build their core through the draft. But then after, they started adding free agency because that's just kind of how it is. And you got Durant, and you went and won a couple titles with Durant. So I think sometimes people get hung up on how something was built. If it was built through the draft, it was built through free agency. If it was built through both, who cares, dude? Did you win? Yes. The banner up there doesn't say we won, but only because we built through free agency. Oh, this banner, we get double banners because most of our draft picks won us a title. I don't know. Hey, Sean, just out of curiosity, the 2003 Marlins title, any different than the 97 title? It's a title, right? Right? No, because, most of 2003 was built through the draft. Right? Through minor league and draft that Dombrowski built up. And then they added, Pudge. They added Redmond. They added Pierre. They added Urbina. And one middle reliever, I'm forgetting who it was, and that's it. They won. They only added a couple pieces. Everything else was kind of a minor league thing. I don't care. 97, loaded with free agents. Loaded. Does it matter to me? No. Same titles. 97, 2003, I'm just as happy with either one. So I just think that's a silly thing that fans get involved in, and they think it's something special, whether it was built in the draft or it was built through the free agency or if it's built with both. Who cares, bro? Did you win? You did? Freaking awesome. Now that's all that matters. Let's see what else. Big O, looking at past Super Bowl winning teams, would you say cold weather teams have an advantage? No. You build a great team, you win. Buffalo was cold and they choked 4 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean anything. You got the better team, you'll end up winning. Big O, they added Juan Encarnacion and Tim Spooneybarger. Well, I don't know if that's really an addition. Those guys were along for the ride. That's what they were. They were along for the ride. All right, what else do we have going on? Let me get to a little music before we do anything else, since we've got a couple of things to talk about. So let's get to it here. Let's start off with musicians born on June 18th. Takeoff was born on this date in 1994. known as Krishinik Kari Ball, best known as member of the Southern hip-hop group Migos. All right. Josh Dunn was born on this date in 1988. He is the shirtless wonder of the duo 21 Pilots. And I say that because every time I go to a 21 Pilots concert, and yes, I do like 21 Pilots, they are exceptional. They are very, very talented. Josh is, you got the other guy, I'm forgetting his name now. He's bouncing around all over the different stages. Because if you go to a 21 Pilots concert, they'll have 3 different stages in the arena. Okay. And which is impressive that, 2 dudes put on a show, like a really good show. But Dunn does nothing except play drums, but he does something else. He's kind of like Phil Collin from Def Leppard. He plays it shirtless. Now, if I looked like Josh Dunn shirtless, I would, it's kind of like when I go see Phil Collin from Def Leppard is shirtless always. Obviously, Josh Dunn. Imagine Dragons. I'm forgetting his name now, the lead singer. Always shirtless, too. Now, if I was cut up like him and them, yeah, I would. I'm pretty sure I would walk around shirtless, too. Okay. Blake Shelton was born on this date back in 1976, country singer. Let's see. Nathan Morris was born on this date in 1971, from Boys to Men. Excellent band. Or excellent singers. I don't know if you want to call it band or whatever, but they are fantastic, dude. Dizzy Reed was born on this date in 1963, keyboardist for Guns N' Roses. Oh, a goddess, Allison Moyet. Happy birthday to her. I got to send her a happy birthday. She follows me on Twitter. Born on this date in 1961. Like it. For Yaz, by the way. Ooh, I dress for every situation. Okay. Yes. I like State Farm. That's like an underrated song from Yaz. State Farm. Check it out. Let's see. Jerome Smith. Happy birthday to him. Born in 1953 on this date. Guitarist for KC and the Sunshine Band. Sadly, we lost him in 2000. He was crushed by a bulldozer he was operating. It's not the way to go, bro. Anyway. Damn. Ricky Gazda. Born on this date in 1952 with Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. Paul McCartney, the great one, was born on this date. Sir Paul McCartney was born on this date in 1942. Carl Rattle, bassist for Derek and the Dominoes, born on this date in 1942. Let's see. Nope, that's about it for musicians. Let's go with birthdays for other folk that maybe weren't on the musicians list also, by the way. You never know. Richard Madden, movie actor, is 38. Outside of the musicians, not that impressive, I gotta say. Matt Walsh, journalist, is 38. And Gabriel Martinelli, futbolista, is 23. Any wrestlers, Sean, that I did not mention?
Yes, Big Vito. He was born in 1964. And Bruiser Brody, who was killed over in Puerto Rico, was born on this date in 1946.
All right. Let's go to music history. On June 18th, in 1967, the Jimi Hendrix Experience made their debut. And their performance at the Monterey Pop Festival, it was there at the show where the rocker first famously lit his guitar on fire. In 2011, E Street saxophonist Clarence Clemens died 6 days after suffering a stroke. I was so blessed to see Bruce in the E Street Band with Clarence. In 94, the Beastie Boys' fourth album, Il Communication, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. In 91, on this day, Van Halen released their 9th album, For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, also known by the first letters of each of those words. F-U-C-K. In 77, Fleetwood Mac went on to number 1 on the singles charts with Dreams, the group's first and only number 1, which is weird. In 96, Beck released his his fourth full-length album record, Odelay. In 97, Oasis supported U2 at a gig in Oakland, California. Wow, I was there during the Irish Rockers North American tour. Okay. Whoa, you know what? Okay, I was in San Francisco, working in San Francisco at that time, and they filed Chapter 11. They offered me a job on the English side because I was doing a syndicated sports talk show in Spanish. So they weren't making enough money, so we were only 6 months in, and they filed Chapter 11. So they offered me a job on the English side, but I had left my wife here, and I signed a 2-year contract, but it was a 1 year with an option for a second. And I said, well, if I like it there, then I'll sign an extension after the first year, and then you can move and, you can look for another job and all that kind of stuff. Luckily, we did not do that, so she didn't get out of the school system or anything. And so I came back after because I didn't want to work on the English side. I didn't want to work for the company, really, in the end. The dude was kind of phony-ish. But anyway, he used to talk sports and not watch it. His producers would do all the work. I always found that weird. Like, Sean prepares nothing for me. Like, he'll get sound and he'll get us some stats or something or all that, but he doesn't prepare the show for me, ever. Which, as he knows, it's kind of unheard of. Most producers get all the stories for the host. I don't know if you guys know that. Most of the hosts that you hear on radio, they have a producer that gathers all the stories for them, does a lot of the work for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's not my style. So anyway, I'm in San Francisco, and U2's in town before I leave. And Oasis opened up. And now that I'm reading this, I realize this all these years later, because in Los Angeles the next day, we drove down to LA and saw U2 again in the Coliseum for that tour, and Rage Against the Machine opened up. So I'm thinking that Oasis, that was a one-off that I saw in Oakland, which is one of the best concerts I've ever seen, because it was U2, obviously, but not only that, Oasis at that moment was their heyday. Champagne Supernova, all that. It was just like they were at their peak, of that album. And so it was cool to get them to open up, and then see Rage Against the Machine the next night at the Coliseum open up for U2. That was a trip. So I don't know. I'm guessing it was a one-off, and I got lucky that I saw Oasis at the Oakland Coliseum in 1997 on June 18th. Where was Orlando Alzagari June 18th, 1997? I was in Oakland, California, checking out U2 and Oasis tonight. Tomorrow night, I was in Los Angeles to see U2 and Rage Against the Machine. Pretty freaking cool. In 77 on this day, Johnny Rotten and Paul Cook of the Sex Pistols were beaten and stabbed by patriotic drunks in a parking lot at a London pub. The drunks were angry about the band's song, God Save the Queen. It was a bad week for Cook, who was beaten again the next day by a group of men with iron pipes. Kind of rough, those people, huh? Damn. Big O, where's the best to buy Bitcoin without low to no fees? I know Robinhood has no fees, but it's annoying to transfer the wallet. Okay, two things. You could go to Swan. Swan has no fees for transfer, and they charge you nothing up to your first $10,000 that you buy a Bitcoin, and then you can move it to your Tangent wallet. Cash App has low service fees also to buy your Bitcoin, and you have 3 options to move, and the third one in the bottom is free. Now, it'll go from 0 to 24 hours. Sometimes it'll do it in 10 minutes. Sometimes it'll do it in 2 hours. And sometimes it's going to do it in 24 hours. But it'll transfer. It doesn't matter. If you're not in a hurry, who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? So those are simple ones that I would tell you. Okay? Swan. And by the way, you guys, somebody was asking me about what you should follow. Swan. Dante Cook does a show every day in the afternoon for Swan, Monday through Friday. You should watch that. It's 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. He does a great job. He uses sports analogies, all that stuff. He's a cool dude. It's a pure Bitcoin show, whereas the other stuff I told you was Bitcoin crypto. He's pure Bitcoin. He's pure Bitcoin. And Swan only handles Bitcoin. Okay? Only. But I would tell you that's a good place to go. Oscar Rojas, Big O, totally agree with you about Brooks. First game I saw him in the preseason. You can tell he's very good. Now we just need McDaniel to use him more in games. I agree. Sean does nothing off with him. Now, he does a lot. I just don't burden him with preparing the show. You know, he'll find something and he'll tell me, hey, did you see this? But, you know, right, Sean, that most hosts have their producers like pull up all the stories. He'll tell you. He's worked in the business. Like, yeah. Dude, there are producers that pay the bills for their hosts. Go get their dry cleaning. Not use their money to pay the bills. Like they're using, like, you know, they're paying with their money, like with the host's money. You know, they'll have, maybe it's happening less now because those things were kind of abusive. But it's funny what some hosts will make their producers do. Okay. Big O, off topic, but since you brought up Van Halen today and we talked about it last week, I think second place all time for frontman or honorable mention would be Mick Jagger. Your opinion? Love Mick Jagger. He's got to be one of the top, man. You know, I don't know if I would put him number 2. I got to think about that because, you know, for me, David Lee Roth is number 1. Obviously, Freddie Mercury, Mick Jagger, Alice Cooper. Talk about a frontman that puts on a show. Alice Cooper put on a show, dude. Early and young. Damn it, what's this guy's name from Pearl Jam? Damn it. Anyway, the guy from Pearl Jam, now I'm forgetting, but young. He was all over the place. Bono is a great frontman also. Elvis was an amazing frontman. Actually, now that I think about it, James Brown. You know, I gotta give credit to Dee Snider because it's hard to argue James Brown. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good frontmen. A lot of good ones. Wonder if I would put any woman up there as a great front woman. It's interesting. Pat Benatar, just like Ann Wilson. Hell, Nancy might have been a better front woman than Ann. Joan Jett's not bad. Early Joan Jett, young Joan Jett. Stevie Nicks was just, hot gypsy standing on stage. I don't know if I could. Is there a great, young Blondie is pretty good. That's a pretty good one, dude. 67. That's a pretty good one. A young Blondie was pretty good. It's not bad. What would I call a great front woman? Is there such thing as a great front woman? Because Blondie was good, but she's just like, she just was so different, Ooh, that's the one. You got it, Eddie Vento. You nailed it. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's done. Tina Turner. Done. Nobody's in. No. Done. That's the one. Janis Joplin is like, it's like Joe Cocker. She was just having a seizure on stage. I know, great voice, amazing. Joe Cocker, amazing. But they were just having seizures on stage. Tina Turner. Now that's some shit right there. That's some movement. That's some shaking. That's some legs. That's some, yeah. No. Nah, Linda Ronstadt just stood there, looked beautiful. Supremely talented. Mariah Carey, looking smoking. Grace Slick. Spooky. But no. None of those. No. Once you mention Tina Turner, it's over. There's nothing like that. Doesn't exist. Does not exist. Yeah. No, I'm going to go Tina Turner. You're going to have to go like Shakira or some shit like that just because she's shaking that ass. I'd hate to be married to Shakira. I'd hate to be married to Shakira. That bitch could make me walk off a cliff. She just look at me like this, guide me to the cliff, and then just go woof, and then I just jump over. Because I'd be just like, and then I just, that woman could get me to do anything. Take out the trash. Later, honey. I'm taking out the trash. Go pick up the dog's poop. In a minute. Yeah, I'm picking it up with my hands. I don't want to be married to that woman. She could make me do whatever she wants. Just the hips don't lie, bro. Hips don't lie. Nah, J-Lo. It's just J-Lo. I'm sorry. We've had this conversation before. J-Lo, the artist, for me, is just, a fly girl doing some music. I'm sorry, bro. It just, and her music to me is Mickey Mouse shit, dude. So it just does nothing for me whatsoever. I am not impressed by J-Lo, the musician, the artist whatsoever. I actually enjoy her as an actress. I can watch some of her movies and enjoy her movies. Her music does nothing for me. Okay? It was great to see her and Shakira in the Super Bowl thing, but you know what I was looking at. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it this way. I don't like her music either, but I'll go Beyonce. But give me Tina Turner, bro. Tina Turner. That's a front woman. That's a front woman because she wasn't just choreographing dancing. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people do that. Janet Jackson does it. Madonna does it. J-Lo does it. Shakira does. I mean, what's it called? Beyonce does it. They all do the choreographed dancing. Tina Turner was like, she was moving, gyrating. She was feeling the music. It wasn't all about choreographing. You know what I mean? It's different. By the way, the Psychedelic Furs and the Jesus and Mary Jane have just announced a tour, and I just clicked it up because the Furs always come here every 2 years, and there's no date, bro. They start in Philly, Boston, New York, Brooklyn, DC, Rochester. You people in Rochester, you're getting the Furs and the Jesus and Mary Jane, you bastards. Toronto, Detroit, Indy, Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul, Des Moines, St. Louis, Omaha, Kansas City, Salina, Denver, Seattle, Portland, Reading, Reading's getting it, and not Florida. San Fran, Reno, Riverside, San Diego, and Inglewood. You bastards. You bastards. You got lucky wherever you're at in those cities. Would love to go to that concert. Now, Selena was a great one. I didn't watch Selena, so I wouldn't know, but it seems to me like she was doing the choreographed dancing too. I mean, they all do that. So we're just going to pick every fine-ass woman that does a choreographed dancing and say, that's great. That's no. Now, I need some feel. I need some emotion. You know what I'm saying? It's different. A front man or a front woman has to be able to rock, not just by some choreographed piece. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's like Tina Turner. Nobody. That was a great one. That's it. It's over. It's checkmate. That's it. Knock it down. Flick it. It's over. King tumbles. Over. When J-Lo is performing, just mute her singing and enjoy the dance. Exactly. That's basically it. Sorry, but I really have no respect for that kind of music. Tina Turner got those legs firm, running away from Ike. Terrible. There's a bunch of trolls, Big O. That's why it's easy to talk so much. It's easy. You need to ignore half of these people. Yeah, but what I do is eventually you'll just get blocked. If you just want to be a troll and you just want to start posting, it's abusive to everybody else too on top of all of it. And then it becomes a pain in the ass for me because, you're just being an idiot and posting 800 times. Come on. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can send in a Bitcoin donation as always. Ocala Joe, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you for kicking ass and taking names every day. I appreciate that, Ocala Joe. Very, very nice of you, sir. Thank you. There we go. What else do we have going on in the world of sports? By the way, Acura Pembroke Pines, a proud sponsor of our program as always. And right now they've got the 16th anniversary sale going on. 3.9% financing for 60 months. The Integra 2024 is $319. The RDX is $419 a month. And again, you can also get 3.9% financing for 60 months. I also, if you're looking for an electric vehicle, the ZDX is out. Check it out. Go over there to 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Go take a test drive of the ZDX. That thing is amazing. It flies. And that powder blue type color that they have, oh my God, that thing looks awesome. They have a couple there to drive, but they have one there that's this killer blue, dude. You got to check it out. The ZDX is freaking amazing. So if you're looking for an electric vehicle and you want to save yourself some some money long term, staying away from the gas. And by the way, I was thinking about it. If you get an electric vehicle, you don't have to go. A gas station has become kind of like a dangerous place sometimes to go to. It's crazy. Plus, the gas pump might be the dirtiest thing that you touch in any part of your day. Okay? That shit is disgusting. That gas pump. All you got is a whole bunch of people picking their noses and then grabbing that pump. Yeah, it's just gross. Just think about it. Just bad, man. Bad. So that's the one positive about, electric cars that I see. It's like, yeah, that would not be a bad thing. Oh, man, what else do we have going on? Justin Timberlake. Got a little DUI action, huh? When you're going to drown, don't drive. That's all. For those of you that don't know, that's a Justin Timberlake song, Drown. Anyway, the sexy back singer, I don't know. I couldn't use sexy back with DUI. But anyway, was pulled over in Sag Harbor in the Hamptons just after midnight and charged with driving while intoxicated and cited for running a stop sign and failure to keep his lane. Timberlake later appeared in court looking rough in a black baseball cap, gray graphics T-shirt with live circuit on it, black short sleeve buttoned up, and was released without bail. Sources said Timberlake had been partying with friends at the posh American Hotel on Main Street, a 2-minute walk from the local police station before he drove off and almost immediately blew the stop sign. He looked at it and said, bye, bye, bye. And, I don't know how many more puns I'm going to have, but, I'm kind of out of Timberlake and puns. But, yeah. So, Timberlake, bro, you're drunk. Get an Uber, man. Get an Uber, bro. What's wrong with you? By the way, the Eagles have announced a residency at the Sphere, too. Just in case, if you are a Eagles fan, you can check it out. What are the dates? Let me look it up for you if I can pull up the damn article. I will tell you. Lisa says, now you have a reason to come to Rochester. Concert time. Great venue here. What venue is it that it's got to be a small venue because they're not going to be at a big venue there. They don't play. The Furs usually don't play big venues. By the way, Dolphin rookies will report to training camp on July 16th. Veterans will report on July 23rd. The Eagles have announced a residency at the Sphere on their long goodbye farewell tour, which has taken 4 to 7 years. It's amazing. Anyway, June 13, 14, 15, 20, 21, 22, July 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 11, 12, 13, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th, and 10th, and then September 20, 21, 27, 28, and then October 11, 12, 18, and 19. The Sphere is, and they're going to have the hockey draft now. That's pretty cool. That's going to be fun. The hockey draft there at the Sphere. That's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. What do we got here on the chat board? It just concerns me to that Bo Diddley was a pretty underrated frontman. I have no idea how Bo Diddley was because this looked to me like he was just hanging around, but I don't know. Was he a madman on stage? I'm gonna have to go look at film of old Bo Diddley because it certainly wasn't older Bo Diddley because he was basically sitting down every time you saw him. I never go to a regular gas station, Costco or Sam's Club only, much safer and cheaper. That's a great idea, Jamesville. That makes a lot of sense, dude. All right. Wow. You never hear about incidents at Costco or Sam's gas station. That's outstanding, bro. Wow. Fantastic. Great suggestion, dude. Gas pump handle might be dirtier than the bottom of our shoes. Yeah, dude. Yeah, gas pump handles are disgusting. Call me whatever you want. Okay, I buy them on Amazon. I buy packs where it has like 200 of those see-through gloves. And I give a pack to my wife, a pack to my daughter, and myself. And whenever I get out of my car, I grab one, put my hand in it, and that's how I handle the pump, dude. And then I take it off and I throw it out, and I never touch the pump. So, they're on Amazon. You can get them. It's cheap. It's like, I don't know, $6, and you get thousands. I don't know. It'll last you forever. But yeah, I have one in my car. Everybody has one in their car here at the house. Yep. What else do we have? It's called the Kodak Theater on the Ridge. Okay. What does it seat? It can't be more than 500 to 1,000 people, right? It's got to be a small place. Big O show more of a Miami show than Dan Le Batard. Oh no, bro. There's no comparison, no competition. He is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. So there's no nothing. They do their thing. I do my thing. We all do our thing. There's room for everybody. And everybody's style. They have a different style than I have. It's all available for everybody to choose. So it's all good, my brother. Bono is the best frontman ever, at least top 3. I'm very biased with Bono, but I can't ever pick him over David Lee Roth or even James Brown, actually. I mean, I got to give D. Snyder that. Because that one just went past me. Didn't think about it. Ocala Joe says, I'm a big Eagles fan, so I'll be there. Yeah, you'll love it too. If you've never been to the Sphere, what an experience. Ocala Joe, listen, pay attention. Floor. Get the floor. Okay? I sat in the 200 level for the first U2 concert, the opening night, the first concert ever at the Sphere with U2, and the first concert ever. I sat in the 200 level and I enjoyed it. It was terrific. But then I went back for 2 dates a couple of months later, both of them on the floor. The best experience is on the floor. You're closer to the band. You get to see the screen also. It's just much better. So if you can stand on the floor with the wife, trust me on this. Okay? The floor is the best experience at the Sphere. I mean, it is outstanding. And the sound, if you want the best sound when you're on the floor, you want to be in front of the stage, in the middle, back a few rows. You don't want to be up against the thing. Plus, when you're back a little bit more, you'll be able to see the whole stage and the screen and everything. So where the middle of this, where the stage is, stand in the middle, 20 people deep, 25 people deep back. So you have a perspective, and you're still super close. You get to see everything, and the sound is beautiful at that point, acoustically. I did it where I sat on the side. I stood on the side one night, and it still sounded great. And it was good viewing, but the middle and facing the stage is the best. So if you get on the floor, stand on the back end of the floor, looking at the middle of the stage. Okay, that's my suggestion if you go to the Sphere for any band. Let's see. Big O, nobody ever mentioned Roger Daltrey. Good front man. Good front man. But I don't know how he connected with the crowd so much. Were you just impressed with the whole mic up in the air and then catching all that, which was super cool. You know, that was a cool thing he did, you know. But I don't know as a front man, because I saw The Who a few times. I don't know, man. I think that Pete Townsend might have been a better front man than Roger Daltrey. Because his, you know, shenanigans on stage, the windmill, the breaking the guitar, all that there was a lot of emotion from Roger Daltrey at times. Shit, Keith Moon might have put on a better show than Roger Daltrey at times. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would put Roger Daltrey there. You know, I love him as a singer, you know, a presence. He had a presence about him. You know, I'm sure the ladies like another guy that used to, you know, not shirtless, but he always had his shirt open. You know what I mean? Because he was always in great shape. I don't know. I don't know if I can come up with a whole bunch of guys. I would put Bruce Dickinson in front of Roger Daltrey. Put it that way. And I haven't even mentioned Bruce Dickinson, but I would put him in front of Roger Daltrey. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just see. Let's see. My setup, Campos. I'm home, bro. I'm home with the family. That's it. Pretty simple. Taking notes and getting ready for the broadcast tonight. Yeah, smaller venue, I believe, just shy of 2K. Just saw a sold out show with Wanda Sykes there. Wow, she's funny, dude. Wanda Sykes is funny. Let's see. Big O, this might be too painful and personal. Oh, God. You don't have to answer, but you bring him up a lot like he was your brother. What did Bill Preston die of? Cancer. It was cancer. He had cancer, and it was spreading, and it was in his back and a couple other places, and it was too late by the time they found it. You know? So, yeah. Just brutal, dude. Cancer affects us all. Every one of us. One way or another. I lost my uncle to asbestos. He drove a dump truck. And so apparently in one of those jobs where you're collecting all that stuff that's torn down from that building, you must have been breathing in a bunch of shit. So it's just that C word is just terrible, dude. Terrible. So hopefully we can figure it out. One-Eyed Jack, U.S. federal interest payments now exceed the entire defense budget. Yeah. I told you guys in February, all of our taxes were collected. 63% went for interest payments. 63% of the total taxes collected from us. 63% of it went for interest. The 37 that are left, you haven't even started with Social Security, Medicare, military, schools. You haven't started with any of that. Roads, any of that shit. Okay? Yeah. You know, keep thinking that it's one guy or the other, and that's the stupidest shit you do in the world. Each guy keeps printing and ruining our money. And the last two guys have printed $16 trillion. Trump printed $8 trillion, a record $8 trillion in 4 years. I would imagine Biden either matches it or beats it. And then whichever one of these two get in, they're going to print another $10 trillion. And what do you think that does to our dollar? That's where your inflation comes from. And then all these corporations, once they raise prices, they don't lower them. Even if they're getting stuff cheaper, gas is lower. Gas is as low as it's been in several years now. And are they lowering anything? No, they're not going to lower. No. Go buy Krispy Kreme and you'll get your 12 donuts. Watch how there's this much left of the box now because all the donuts are smaller. That's all they'll do. They'll make you a smaller burger and a smaller bun and a smaller this and a smaller that and charge you even more now. They're not lowering. Walmart's not lowering. Nobody's lowering. You know, that misconception about inflation and thinking, oh, this guy will help me or that guy. No, they're not. Neither one's going to help you. They're going to hurt you like they've been hurting you. So on this show, we've done the best job to keep you smart about this shit. And that's why I keep telling you, you cannot have a savings account. If you have any extra money that you're saving, if you don't have it in Bitcoin, I'm not a financial advisor, but I think you're a dumbass. Okay? Basically, after everything I'm telling you, your dollar's getting destroyed. You know? That's everybody, dude. Doesn't matter who wins. The next guy, Trump or Biden, wins. It doesn't matter. Either guy will print 10 trillion. We're a debt-ridden society, and we cannot get out of it. It's irreversible. But, you know, what can I tell you, dude? So One-Eyed Jack, I do my best to assist in opening up your eyes with all that stuff. Thanks. I agree. I was there and high up as almost gave me a nosebleed. Oh, you were up in those. Yeah. You got to get Floor, bro. Floor is the best. God, they are so awesome. Oscar says, I lost my wife to breast cancer 10 years ago. You talk about him like I feel about my friends. They're like my brothers. I've known them for 30, 40, 50 years, most of them. Yep. Axel sucks live. I mean, you know, that's not a great front man. You know what I'm saying? I love Axel, all that stuff, you know, and I know he's had his past and all that, but that's not it. No, man, there's a lot more frontmen that I'll give Paul Stanley better frontman and Gene Simmons. Are you kidding me? Just the Demon Act with the blood and all of that. That's it. That topples Axel already right there. You know, just give me God of Thunder and you're done. It's better than anything Axel does. You know, again, not the talent, the front man. But yeah. Let's see. Do you think it's important to mention that most of Trump's printing came from the concern about the economy collapsing during COVID? Brother, you don't print money. That's not how it goes. I got it, bro. You're a fanboy. And you make excuses for one side or one candidate or something. You know what I'm saying? The printing money does not help us in any way, shape, or form, dude. Now, he's king of debt. That's what he does. That's why he's had 6 bankruptcies. You want to answer those two? Yeah. How about Trump media right now? You want to bring it up? You want to play this game with me? You want to play Trump media that lost hundreds of millions of dollars and the stock is plummeting? Papa, you don't want to play this game here with me. It's gonna end badly for you. You're not informed. You're a fanboy. You're a cheerleader. Okay? All you do is you parrot what that side tells you. You're as bad as that other guy the other day when I mentioned that Republicans are better with Bitcoin. They understand it and they're accepting of it or Democrats or not. And I had some wacky ass Dem come. Whoa, how can that be if they have the same? And I'm like, yo, dude, you don't know anything about crypto. Shut the fuck up. Stay in your lane. Okay. Just because you're a little Democrat and you get butt hurt with that. Enough. By the way, Trump in late 2018 into 2019, he also signed a bill. Do you know what fractionalized banking is? It'll end bad for you. You don't. Well, that's when banks, like you go in and you deposit $200, right? And there used to be rules that you can only loan out 15% of that money. So if you deposit 200, they can only loan out 30 of your dollars to somebody else. Well, Trump, as the years went on, they increased it. Trump in late 2018, the bill passed in 2019. I can pull up the YouTube video and everything of him signing it and showing it off. He freed all the restrictions from banks so they could loan out 100% of your money. And guess what's happened? Small level banks, mid-level banks, they're all crashing. Why? Because they don't have your money, sir. Please, bro, don't defend Biden or Trump. Please don't do that here. It's not going to end well for you. It won't end well for you because you don't know nothing. You know nothing. You know less than nothing. So, Rod R. Bubba, learn, do your homework, get off the cheerleaders, get off the pom-poms. Don't root for red or blue. Root for red, white, and blue. Root for Americans. Learn what's best for Americans, not what's best for Democrats or Republicans, because that's not what's best for Americans. Don't do that here on this show. Don't do it on this show. It just will not end well for you. Okay? Anyway, soon sliders will be sold as quarter pounders or royals in France. LOL, yeah. I'm not doing politics. Haha, it's awful. Yeah. I'm not afraid. I'll talk about anything because I'm going to do what's best for all of us. And I'm going to educate you on whichever side you're on and tell you why they're screwed up. You know what I mean? Now, you could be butthurt and all that. And I always, some of these people, once they start hearing the truth, they want to go back to their echo chamber and hear the same people tell them the same things so they can feel good. But then when you start telling them the truth, they're like, oh, yeah, okay. All right. I don't want to hear any more about this. Yeah, of course, you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear about what, you're trying to defend. When it's indefensible. It just is. So, Big O out here schooling these cats. It's just, what happened to the Green Party? Oh, it's here, bro. True Leaf, Cure Leaf, Rise. It's there. The Green Party's there, bro. People are smoking all over. Didn't you just hear Manny Navaro? In New York, he's smelling weed all over. The Green Party is here. That's the Green Party. It ain't the one Biden wanted to create. Yeah, I do like Creed, by the way. Yes, I do, Drew. Big O gas will be $10. Well, if it's up to Gavin Newsom, it'll be $10,000. Oh, Lordy. I just laugh at the cheerleaders, It just, let me fight for my party. Your party is killing our country. Doesn't matter which one, dude. It's killing us. Absolutely killing us. Anyway, let me see. Do I got any other breaking news out there? You see anything? Have I missed anything there, Sean? on the breaking side. At least anything that is worthy. I know locally I haven't seen anything. Tua hasn't signed his contract yet. Tyson is out. So the fight is not happening anymore. Tyson and Paul?
Oh, they rescheduled it for November. They rescheduled it to November. He's going to fight Mike Perry now.
Oh, okay, so bare knuckle? Is that what I'm reading here?
No, he's a bare knuckle fighter. I don't think he's fighting bare knuckle. I haven't read the whole thing, but he's a bare knuckle fighter. But I don't think they're fighting bare knuckles.
Okay, no, yeah, I see it now. Tyson will instead face mixed martial artist and bare knuckle fighting championship platinum Mike Perry in an 8-round cruiserweight battle at Amalie Arena in Tampa. Okay, all right. So a tune-up fight for him to continue and stay ready for Tyson. Okay, I did not know that. That's in the headlines there. That just came across. So Paul has got a new opponent in Perry. All right, that's good. Porzingis to have surgery. That's like you're gonna need it anyway. All right, then screw it. Let me go play so I can at least play in this championship and help out a little bit and all. He was a big difference in game one. He was, dude. Wow, I love Disturbed, Lenny. Love Disturbed. Big time. Big time. And I'm with the singer, Drayman, right? What's his name? Let me see. Right, David Drayman. I'm with David Drayman, okay, because he said that if he was in the same room with Roger Waters, he probably would end up arrested. And so I'm with David. I want him to know that I'll be there to help bail him out. Okay? All right? So if he doesn't survive Roger Waters, which I think he'll kick Roger Waters' ass, then I'll kick Roger Waters' ass. It doesn't matter. Somebody's kicking his anti-Semitic ass somewhere. Okay? All right? Because if you're an anti-Semitic person, then, you're a piece of shit. And so I'm with David Drayman on that one, just in case. Since you bring up Disturbed, I'm with him. So if you ever want to kick Roger Waters' ass and you end up in jail, call me, dude. Call me. I'll get Welton Rayom on there. We'll bail you out. We'll celebrate you. Okay? Just want you to know. In fact, the fact that you want to kick Roger Waters' ass makes me even more of a Disturbed fan. Because I'm just as disturbed about Roger Waters as you are, sir. And you're Jewish, of course, so you should be bothered. But I'm bothered on behalf of my Jewish friends. So, Mr. Drayman, I'm with you there. Anytime you want to kick Roger Waters' ass, I am here to cheer you on, sir. And back you up, too. Anybody else gets in the way, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I got you, bro. I got you. So, yes, I love Disturbed more now than ever. That's what I can tell you. Big O, the Green Party would like to inquire about the Big O bong update. I got to find somebody that'll actually make the bong for me. That's really the key. I got to have like a glass. Does anybody know glass experts? Then I could actually like get it designed. And, I could probably get, I think Ragin would be, nice enough to design one for me. But I need somebody that does glass work. I don't know anybody. I don't have any connections with that. It's hard, dude. That was a hard one. I inquired, but it's not easy. I got to find somebody that professionally does glass, and then maybe we can talk and do, have fun with this, because it's not like I think we're going to sell thousands of bongs or something. It's going to be only a few. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many of you really will buy it. You know, Chad, I know you're going to buy it. I know NorCal will buy it because he's he has incredible love for our program. But I don't know how many of you. Some of you have talked about it. You know what I'm saying? But are we really going to sell a whole bunch here? I don't know. So I got to talk to somebody about that. It's got to be somebody that does glass work, and then this is like a little side project that they can do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like something that is going to be some major business. I'm not Dan Le Batard. Okay? See, if Dan Le Batard did this, then, he could probably, cut a deal and sell a ton if he wanted to. This, I'm doing it for fun and, whatever. I do like Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd's music, but I am not a supporter of Roger Waters anymore. That's what I'm saying. I won't go see him in concert or anything like that. I'll go see David Gilmour, but I won't see Roger Waters. You know what I mean? Now finding out what kind of piece of shit he is. Yeah, no, dude, I wouldn't. I could never do that. I could never, ever be associated, support, know anybody that is anti-Semitic. I could not be around somebody like that. I can't be around anybody that hates anything. Hispanics, blacks, whites, whatever. You know what I mean? That's why the whole Caitlin Clark thing pisses me off, because there's a double standard. A huge double standard in the black community. The black community rarely ever calls themselves out for being racist. And we all will defend when racism is used against them. Those of us that care about any kind of bias. But man, it is embarrassing how weak the black community is overall, when clearly there's racism coming out of it and they won't point at their own. That's why, I got bothered with that yesterday, and all this bullshit with this Angel Reese character, who all she is she's riding the coattails of Caitlin Clark, and she's just jealous. That's all. Jealousy. That's all she is. Hate, jealousy. And the other chick that slams into her, that's just a racist chick. That's all. Call it like you see it, dude. A white girl just rams into a black girl like that, it would have been used racist right away. But man, it's just like, so it bothers me. Just like, Roger Waters bothers me. This bothers me. Nobody's watching for Angel Reese. Get that clown shit out of here. Get that clown ass argument out of here. Get out of my face with that shit. We watch for Steph Curry. We don't watch for Charles Oakley, dude. Sorry. Okay? You might need the center for the Chiefs, but we're not watching. Not for him. No, we watch for a guy named Mahomes. We watch for people who have special talents that do things that others don't do, like Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese does nothing except run her dumb ass mouth, her ignorant mouth. That's all she does. Her hateful, ignorant, jealous mouth. So, yeah. So all of that pisses me off. Doesn't matter what it is. You're anti-LGBTQT, whatever, or anti whatever it is. Asian, whatever. I'm against any kind of bias, any which way or form that it exists. But I will mention it again to my friends in the black community. Let's go pick up some balls and point at your own too. You don't do it enough when it comes to racism. And it exists, and it's wide open and plain for everybody to see when it does exist. So when it does, point it out, because the rest of us are going to point it when it's against the bot community. So I am going to be 100% on it. You want to be anti-Semitic? I'll point it out. You want to be anti-gay community? I'll point it out. You want to be anti-white? You want to be anti-Caitlin Clark? You damn right I'm going to point it out. It's a bullshit double standard that goes on. Just want you all to know. But I don't hold back on this show for nobody. Just that's the way I am. That's the way I'm always going to be. Same person you get here is the same person you'll get in person. That's who I am. I'm myself. So just be fair overall. Okay? Can you make a shared rock music playlist for us non-rockers to get into? Yeah, how do do I pick it on Spotify and then put out the link? Is that how I'm supposed to do it? Or iTunes and then put out the link? Is that how I'm supposed to do it? Somebody explain, send it to me at bigoradioshow@yahoo.com and I'll do that. What the hell? Breaking news, Roger Waters was assaulted at a local Florida Costco by a YouTube podcaster fan named Cap for Life. I figured you'd like their music, not his politics. Yeah, no. Yeah. But none of us knew back in the day that he was like this. It's kind of like the last, 15, 20 years, right? That this idiot has become just a piece of shit, anti-Semitic crap, man. I hate this guy. Really can't stand Roger Waters. Really can't stand him. Oh, yeah. The Drew, there's no doubt all that what drives Angel Reese is just pure jealousy, bro. It's jealousy to a point that she hates her. She hates that she's better than her. She hates that she's more popular than her. She hates that the league is getting lifted by her, not Angel Reese. And then she said, oh, no, people are watching because of me too. No, they're not, sweetheart. They might be watching because you're a freaking train wreck and they want to see what your stupid ass does next. That's about it. But they're not really watching for you. The ratings aren't there and the audience isn't there. When Caitlin comes to town, the audience is there. They're moving to NBA arenas to accommodate Caitlin. They don't move to another arena to accommodate Angel Reese for shit. So somebody give her a dose of reality, please. And Chad goes, the big O on the screen is the same guy I met 11 years ago. Thank you, sir. You know it. Looks like Waters isn't safe at the Costco gas station. No, he's not. Spotify or Apple Music, correct. Then share your playlist link. Okay. I figure that's what I'll do. Let's see. Oh, talk to me. How bad is U.S. soccer team going to do in Copa America? My brother, you saw it. It's been a disgrace. I'm telling you, I've said this over and over and over and over again. You're too young for it, but those of you that might like soccer and are a little older, we have not made any progress whatsoever since the 90s. Since Brian McBride and Kobe Jones and Winalda and all those teams, those teams from those years in the early 90s with the guy that went to DC United and what's his name? Those were our best teams, our most complete teams. Marcelo Balboa, all that kind of stuff. Those are still our most complete and our best teams that we've had. Okay. We have some young guys now that, Reyna and all these other cats that are pretty damn talented, but they're not a team. And the best we were is in the early 90s. Early to mid 90s. Those were our best teams overall. We had all kinds of things. We had strikers. We had midfielders like Claudio Reyna. Reyna's dad was there. You know, I know he has some injury history too. We had a guy in the box and Brian McBride, something we've never even replaced. A tall guy in the box that can play, you know. I'm sorry. It's just that's where we peaked. And we've kind of like stayed there. We've kind of come up to that level, but we've never surpassed it. And anybody that's old enough, I think you're probably not going to argue with me on this. And so we've just kind of leveled off. And we just don't get any better. We get worse. And sometimes we'll look a little better, but nah. I'll take our 90s teams over all of these teams. Teams. There's some individuals here that I like, you know, but those teams actually played together a lot better. That's all. So that's how I'm looking at it. They did okay versus Brazil. Yeah, but remember, that was also a friendly too, you know. So, you know. U.S. men's, they can't, it's not only a coach, it's the system, it's everything about U.S. soccer, bro. It's just not organized the way it needs to be, dude. We're just, as a country, we're getting better and better and better, but we're not there yet. It takes a while. It takes a while. Professional soccer has made way more inroads than our national team. Put it that way. That's the reality. We've made more progress with our professional league than we have with our national team, unfortunately. So, anyway, we're out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be at Canesware. We're going to start at 11 because I'm back on tonight. And shit, we're almost doing almost 3 hours here. I should have done that. And so we'll be back on tonight. I'll rest the voice. We'll be back at 11 tomorrow morning at Canesware. So if you want to come out and join us at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, come on out and join us at canesware.com. Go there, order over $99. You'll get free shipping. And if you use our code BIG010, you will get 10% off. On behalf of Sean Stanley, David Fones, Manny Navaro, we thank all of you out there for tuning in. If you send in a super chat, if Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show, remember to visit our merchandise shop. New shirts, hats there. Check it out. Support the show however you can. Hit the like button also anytime you're watching or listening to the show. Very, very important to hit that like button wherever you're at, podcasting or on YouTube. That's how you spread the love. We'll see you all tomorrow. Canesware, same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.